2023 BMW i4 Review, electric sedan from BMW. What's new? Entry-level i4 eDrive 35 model debuts. Part of the first i4 generation introduced for 2022. How does the i4 perform in terms of performance? The i4 M50 is speedy enough to make sports car lovers pause and pay notice, with two electric motors delivering a maximum 536 horsepower and 586 lb-ft of torque to all four wheels. It will reach 60 miles per hour in 3.6 seconds, which is not quite as fast as BMW's dominant M3, but it does so without any hassle or audible effort. The brakes are nearly as astounding in slowing this piece of metal down, with outstanding stability and grip even at high speeds, bringing the i4 from 60 miles per hour to a stop in 104 feet. Not bad for a sedan that weighs more than 5.000 pounds. In comparison, the M3 we weighed the same day weighed little over 3.900 pounds. All of the stopping grip converts into cornering grip. We were pleased by how nicely the i4 stayed on the road and controlled its body motions. However, we were less thrilled by how constrained it felt around our handling course, denying us access to the i4's full power until we pointed the steering wheel straight down the road. You can still carry some corner speed, but if you're hoping for that spectacular, unfettered, tire-spinning feeling, the i4 doesn't appear to be capable of providing it, even with all the traction and stability safety nets turned off. If burning rubber isn't your thing, the i4 will be a very easy, pleasurable, yet shockingly swift luxury vehicle. How spacious is the i4? If there is one area where EVs fall short, it is riding comfort. With all of the batteries they carry and the high tire pressures they need to run to compete with that weight, EVs can feel stiff and flinty on rough roads. The i4 M50 is both heavy and pressured, yet it manages to provide a somewhat smooth ride thanks to a well-tuned adaptive suspension, something neither the Tesla Model 3 nor the Polestar 2 offer. Front seat comfort is also adequate but not exceptional. There are lumbar support and a lower thigh cushion extender modifications, but not enough levers to truly adapt the seats to different body types. The new touchscreen-based temperature controls are a significant advance over the prior system controls, and the system's heat pump provides both efficient and effective cooling and heating. We found the cabin to be quite well insulated against road and wind noise, however our actual sound meter results indicate that it isn't nearly as quiet as its competitors. How is the inside? The iDrive user interface from BMW has had its ups and downs. The system in the i4 is unquestionably up. We found it simple to use and appreciated having both a touchscreen and a rotary dial to engage with. While most settings are easily accessible to the driver, the seats fall just short of being custom fit. On the plus side, the cabin seems rather spacious up front, with plenty of head and legroom. Backseat space isn't nearly as generous, with little toe space accessible behind the front seats and significantly reduced headroom due to the i4's stylish roof design. The rear roofline also reduces the view out back slightly, but not significantly. Surprisingly, the roofline has little to no influence on rear head clearance when you get into the car, although we'd be cautious of those frameless windows because it appears easy to kiss a corner if you're not paying attention. How's the technology? This BMW excels in technology. We previously expressed our dissatisfaction with BMW's advanced driver aids, but the i4s appear to have been polished to near perfection. Adaptive cruise control and lane guiding performed admirably, with no false alarms during several weeks of driving. The optional 360-degree video system is certainly worth upgrading for, and if you're an audiophile, the Harman Kardon surround sound system is also quite good and reasonably priced. How's the technology? This BMW excels in technology. We previously expressed our dissatisfaction with BMW's advanced driver aids, but the i4s appear to have been polished to near perfection. Adaptive cruise control and lane guiding performed admirably, with no false alarms during several weeks of driving. The optional 360-degree video system is certainly worth upgrading for, and if you're an audiophile, the Harman Kardon surround sound system is also quite good and reasonably priced. How is storage going? The i4 is actually a hatchback, which you wouldn't know from looking at it. Despite the official measurements stating that there is only 10 cubic feet of space back there, which we believe is what can fit under the luggage cover, that bodes well for cargo storage. In order to make it easier to transport larger items, the rear seats can be folded flat in 3 sections. A minor disappointment is that there is no front trunk for additional storage, not even a small one. The interior storage is not particularly impressive, but it is typical for BMW and many luxury brands. Since electric vehicles typically have fewer components to package around, which typically frees up interior space, the lack of storage makes us a little bit more disappointed. Additionally, there is sufficient legroom in the rear to accommodate a car seat. The top tether anchors are located on the back of each seat, making it simple to clip and cinch a car seat in place. The ISOFIX anchors are clearly marked and easy to find. How are the efficiency and range? The EPA estimates that the BMW i40 M50, which we tested, has a range of 227 miles on a single charge when equipped with the optional 20-inch wheels. If you continue to use the standard 19-inch wheels and tires, that range estimate increases to 270 miles. The EPA likewise assesses that with the 20-inch wheels, the i4 M50 consumes 42 kilowatt-long stretches of energy per 100 miles, which is less effective than the same Tesla Model 3 execution or Polestar 2. In certifiable reach test, this i4 outflanked its appraisals, voyaging 268 miles and consuming just 34.1 kilowatt-hours/100 miles. Not only did it have a longer range than the Polestar 2 and Model 3 performance, but it was also slightly more efficient than the first Polestar 2 performance pack car we tested. You can charge your BMW at home or at public charging stations. The i4 can be charged using level 2 AC charging at home at a rate of up to 11 kilowatts, which is the same as the Tesla Model 3 and Polestar 2, and BMW claims that a fully charged battery can be charged in less than 8 hours. BMW claims that the i4 can charge at a peak rate of up to 200 kilowatts at a public DC fast charger, which is faster than the typical 150 kilowatts rate. According to BMW, you can add up to 90 miles of range in just 10 minutes under ideal fast charging conditions. Is the i4 worth the money? Contingent upon how you choose it, the i4 M50 is valued similar to both the Model 3 and Polestar 2. However, in comparison to the Tesla, the interior build quality of the BMW appears to be much more cost-effective. The leather and aluminum trim on our test vehicle didn't look fancy but were sturdy and clean. We'd rather have that than a huge touchscreen any day. BMW's guarantee stays pretty norm, even concerning its EVs. The BMW EV battery warranty covers 8 years and 100,000 miles, while the basic and powertrain warranties last for 4 years and 50,000 miles, respectively. In addition, BMW offers free upkeep for a period of 3 years and 36,000 miles. However, with the i4, we are unsure of what upkeep you will need besides changing the air filters in the cabin and rotating the tires. Last but not least, you get 2 years of free 30-minute Electrify America network charging, which is a nice bonus that more EV manufacturers are now offering. We might have had lower expectations if this i4 didn't have so many M badges on it. The electronic power limitations make it a disappointment for anyone looking for an all-in-one EV sport sedan, despite the fact that it is pretty darn quick in a straight line and has decent cornering grip. We can't say that we're in love with this car's styling either. Despite its conspicuously large grilles, the concept i4's front end was much more refined without being overstyled. The appearance of the production i4 is nearly identical to that of the 4 Series Gran Coupe. We don't think it looks bad, but it goes a little too under the radar. We rarely recommend the highest trim level, but the M50 for the i4 is our pick. With all-wheel drive, the M Sport package, and stickier performance tires, you get a lot more power. The higher price seems reasonable given all of the upgrades, and in return, you get a driving experience that is more representative of the BMW brand. Models of the BMW i4. The 2023 BMW i4 is a small, all-electric sedan with a trunk that looks like a hatchback. There are 3 different types: M50, eDrive 40, and eDrive 35. The single electric motor in the new eDrive 35 is mounted in the rear and produces 281 horsepower and 295 lb-ft of torque. The eDrive 40 adds 335 horsepower and 317 lb-ft of torque to the engine. A dual-motor powertrain with all-wheel drive and a combined motor output of 469 horsepower and 538 lb-ft is available when you upgrade to the M50. In game lift mode, yield increments to 536 HP and 586 lb-ft for around 10 seconds.